Hello to everyone watching today. I'm going to attempt to show you what I've been making with stuff that's been sitting around for sometimes years, and mostly paper scraps and stickers. So what I did first, I was looking around to see what I had, and I pulled open this drawer and it had all the digitals that I've printed out over time, and oh my god, and I never use them because I'm just too lazy to cut them up. So I spent a good hour or two cutting them all out, because this way I know that I'll use them. So what I did here, these were just without that white border, so I cut them out and glued them down onto some white cardstock, you know, the strips that you have left over when you're cutting out things out of white. And I had a stack of these strips, so I just used them on a lot of them. And there was these, they're all nice, put in journals. These little boxes, they came from Temu, so I did the same with these. I think these were wide enough that it had a white strip in between each what do you call it, printable, so that was good. They were easy to cut out. A lot of sewing ones, these journal tags, and all these number ones. Oh my goodness, there were so many of those. My hands were sore from after cutting them out. Sorry about this light shining. It's bad in the shed here for lighting. And these little boxes, again, they all come from Temu. You get a whole stack for really cheap. So that was my first thing I did, just cut out all my digitals so that I know that I'll just pull one out and use them now. This is another lot that were painful to cut out. I think these are also glued onto white strips of paper too, to get that white border. Okay, so that was the first one I did. And then I had lots of little just scrappy bits, so I'm turn them into you know, what do you call these, hole reinforcements. So they're just, I think they're plain, those ones I've cut out a sticker. These are actual stickers, so I put them on a sticker sheet first and then cut them all out. By sticker sheet I mean I use this roll of sticky stuff. It's double-sided, very sticky, so that's double-sided, and I use that a lot. Or I'll use the A4 adhesive, double-sided adhesive sheets. So I made a few of these. These are going in the Etsy store, just to use up some little scrappy bits that I had sitting around in the scrap bucket. And this is just to give you ideas, you know, in case you want to try something different than just usual ephemera. Where are they? Sorry. So my next thing, oh, here's something. So circles are good. I like using circles a lot, and these are just punched out circles. Oops. Another circle smaller, punched out a butterfly, and that's it. You can just put that in a journal, decorate a page, or whatever you want to do. I had some, there's a whole stack in there, you can see. And then I found these little, I don't know, I just cut squares, get the photo, you know, the picture. So there's all those, there's a stack in there, and so I thought I'd pull one out to show you what you can do with it. In my stash I found all these brown paper bags that were in the scrap bucket. I don't know why they were in there, but so I thought I'd turn that into a little pocket type envelope. And I had these sheets, which I got from Temu, this vintage sort of stuff. It's all, you can see the edges there look like they're torn, but that's how they are. And so I cut that up, and as luck would have it, this piece that I had to cut off to make it fit, oops, just happened to be wide enough to go across there. And so I line that, and there's your little butterfly one that I put on there. And one of the words that I cut out of my digitals, I actually used it. So that's something else you can do. Then I thought I would make some masterboards out of some scraps. And these, I think with these, I can't remember now. I think I just put them maybe which way. These you can see better in this one. But I cut out circles, punched out circles, and I just glued that on top as well. It's just glued straight on top of this one, as you can see, but it kind of looks like it isn't. And then using up my stickers as well. I've got hundreds and hundreds of stickers. It's ridiculous. So I've got to get in and use them. And just put a bit of faux stitching, I think they call it, just with a pen. And I've got a stack of these little coloured books. I think you get, might be 12 in a pack. I can't remember where I got them. It would have been Amazon, possibly Amazon or Temu. That's the only places I shop really. And they just lined books. And so made the masterboard, just cut out rectangle there to fit. And they look pretty, and they're nice to give as gifts too. What else have I got? So I found some corrugated cardboards amongst all the scraps. So I just cut them and turned them into tags, and using up my stickers again. This is a little hand punch. It punches this little corner thing. I think they're meant for photos in scrapbooking. And then I just cut another little bit of paper out of the scraps I had and put them on there. And see, I'll use those things now, those digitals, now that I've cut them all out. One of my hole reinforcers, and that's just a little scallop punch I think I have. And I just put that behind it just to balance it all. They're stickers. Got to remember to keep these in frame. I just talk away. Like I said, I'm not a video maker, but I try and do my best. So that's something else that you can do. Now, this roll of sticky stuff, so what I did, I just opened it out, laid it out, and all the strips that you get, like your branding strips or where you tear off your 12-inch papers, and you got that little strip left at the top. So I use those up as well. And I just stick the, whatever you call that, is that diagonal? That way across the sticker paper. This might have been on an A4 sheet. Oh, yeah, this was on an A4 double-sided sheet. It's not an actual A4, I'll cut it down. And then I've just pieced them because some bits were too small to put right across. And I have a stack of these. And I make cards, so they'll go on cards as well. I do a lot of card making. So they're quite nice. I don't think about what colours go with what. I just pick up a branding strip and put it down. Now, obviously, they're going to get smaller and smaller because once you've put it this way, So when you stick it down, a lot of times they hang off the edge over here, and when you cut them, you've got smaller pieces left. So obviously you're going to get smaller pieces out of those bits that are left. These would be good for tags, even just to put on a, just stick it on a page in your journal, just to decorate it a bit. This one I'll probably use on a card. So I've got heaps of those. Like I said, don't think about, just put it on. Don't think about it. Because once you put a sticker on or whatever you want to do on it, embellish it, you're not going to see whether it matches or not. That's that lot. Then I had this, this stripy bit of stuff in the scrap bin. And I was going cross-eyed because it was so wriggly. So this green piece was in there. All I had to do was round the corner, so that was good. It just fit on there. And then I had one of these little strips left over, and I just did a fishtail ends, put it on there, sticker, and all done. So you could just, put that in a pocket, make it a journal card. Okay, this is just more. Instead of diagonal, it's just straight across. So you can get heaps with those strips that are left in your scrap pile. What have I got here? So I should have brought a card with me. But this is one of the mats, so I don't know if you can see that, but I've just embossed it with all happy birthday all over it. No. And then with one of those little tags with all the coloured bits, I'm just going to put that on top. And then I found these in my die cuts. And I'll just put best wishes like that. And then you have a card. Just put a mat around it. Done. Same with this. Another one. I think that's from the masterboard. It's just bits. And this, I won't put that on, but I'm just showing you what you can do. Okay, something like that for card making. Simple and easy. What have we got here? Some more of that strip card, just showing you what you can do. And that's a sticker. That's all you need. Either you can put that on a card, or you can make it a journal insert right on the back. I think that's still got the sticker paper, yeah. So that'll be a sticker. Stick it wherever. On another, just stick it on a bit of cardstock. Cut around it, right on the back. Same with that. That's just another. Put that on craft card from your masterboard. Same. Oops. Same again. And then these are quite heavy card. What is that? Craft card. It's the same thing. Do whatever you want with them. And then these are smaller. Like I said, the little tiny strips. And then I just cut them down. Now, I mean, you can do whatever with that. Put it on a pocket, on a tag, just on a page. Put it across. Just say you want to stick something down. You can put it across like that, as if it was like a sticker holding it. These were cute. So I cut them down, and I had these tiny little stickers that come on a roll from Temu. I like all inspirational quotes and words. And again, using those just strips of paper, and they turn out quite pretty. Now you could even just put a hole in there, make it a little gift tag, write something on the back. And then this, I found all these little square bits of scraps, and I thought, oh, so all I did was pull out the other, whatever scrap I had. And remember the digitals I showed you? Like I said, I'm more likely to use them now. You just got a little book you can put in your journal. Oh, my goodness. What else have we got? Oh, yes. So, these ones, I've got to list these yet in my shop. So, what I had, I don't know what I was cutting down, but I had all these wide strips from a 12-inch pad, so I must have cut this much off. And I thought, what am I going to do with those? So I still had heaps of these little notebooks left. And so I put a pen with them, put a sticker on it, made up some baked toppers. And they make nice little gifts or thank you gifts, whatever you want to do. This was from a card, actually. I had all these cards. I thought, where'd they come from? They're probably Temu as well. So I just thought, put them on. Do these scraps first. So another one of those scrap pieces. Another one. Like I said, they'll go into the Etsy shop. Just an Aboriginal print I found in the scrap box. And then, like I said, all these cards. No, sorry, that's a bit of paper that was left. Put that on it. Some butterfly stickers. See that? And then I had all this Merry Christmas stuff, paper, so I thought I'll just piece all that together and put a sticker on it. And I put a pen. I've got some Christmas pens. With this one, I seal this using my We Are Memory Keepers heat, what is it, like a little heating, what do you call that, heat sealer. And you just run it, it's like a tracing wheel that you have for dressmaking. I don't know if you can see that seal. But anyway, I used it on there just to keep the pen separated over there. Thought I'd give it a go anyway, see what it looked like. But to get that seam perfectly even, that's not an easy thing. I didn't do it with all of these. I didn't think it needed it because the bag was big enough. And if you put the pen on top when you're selling, it makes it a bit bulky. So I'm trying to keep it as flat as possible so those in Australia know it'll fit through that slot on the card. I think it's got to be under 250 mils. And I think that is it for now. Yes, no, yep. And this here, I found this too. This is my very first attempt at a journal. And I put these metal clips on it. And I just had, like I said, I just threw all these bits and pieces in there. So, where's that? So things like this, say, just put it in there, jazz up a piece at the side. So I think that's it. Oh no, here's something. Now, again, like I said, you know those white offcuts you have when you're cutting down your papers. And I just thought I'd get my stamps out. Actually, these came from one of the latest magazines, stamping magazines or card making magazines that are in the newsagents at the moment. So I just used them, stamped it, and then just cut them down and put a fishtail end. And I wish I had a card with me. So I put all them there. And like I said, if you actually have them all ready to go, it makes it much easier in the long run. So supposing I was to, I don't know, make a card out of that piece, and I'd probably pop them up on some, maybe that way, just pop it up. So, and that looks like it for now. Yeah. So once I do some more things, I'll do another video for you so you can get some ideas for yourself. And I hope I've inspired you with this video. So enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.